Hello and welcome to Metroid Prime Remastered. That's something that I had always dreamed I would get to say it, but I never fully imagined that it would happen today. And yet happen today it has. And I'm going to play it, and I'm going to love it, because it's Metroid Prime, but it's remastered. What extras we got? Okay. Concept art, character art, soundtrack, the usuals. Options. So we'll be using dual stick. I don't know why anyone would choose classic. Interesting that we've actually got pointer controls. I'm gonna go dual stick. I think pointer controls might actually be better because, well, no, you can lead shots with dual stick. Never mind. And we will turn off the hint system. Okay, that's cool. They've got a color assist for colorblind people. That's good. More games need that. I didn't look at sound. Wait, what? There's narration? So, wait, does this mean it's going to be in Japanese or what? Well, that's new to me. Let's figure out what it is. I'm excited. Unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon 4.
The cosmos. In the vast universe, the history of humanity is but a flash of light from a lone star. The life of a single person should be lost in space and time. But among the stars, there is one light that burns brighter than all others. The light of Samus Aran. Her battles extend beyond her life and etch themselves into history. Here, another chapter of that history will be written.
Interesting. Yeah, and the original release of Metroid Prime, that was just there was no narration. That was just visuals and music. So yeah, this will be definitely an interesting experience, seeing what the narration adds. And whether or not it ruins the atmosphere at times. Though also the narration was super quiet compared to the music, so I'm glad it turned subtitles on. I'm gonna have to see if I can turn the voice up relative to other things. Okay, so plus is our map button, minus is menu. Apparently there's no way to increase narration volume. I guess we just gotta decrease music and sound effects. There, let's give that a shot. Okay, so it's A or ZR to shoot. R for missiles. Y is morph ball. That's weird. And apparently missiles are only on R. We can jump with L. This game looks way better than it used to. I'm gonna have to see if I can increase the speed at which we can dual stick around, because this is... left and right's fine. Might like it a little faster. Up and down is agony. Right, minus. So control scheme is fine. Let's see how gyro and stick goes. Okay, good. We can do sensitivity. Let's try that. Ooh. Let's try that. Okay, so this is pure gyro going on here, and... yeah. And then... oh, that's so much better! I think having gyro and dual stick aim might be a little much. We'll find out. The doors look different. The doors look way different. And actually, I follow one of the original devs for Metroid Prime on Twitter. And he was saying that they must have messed up the alpha levels for the doors, because he spent a long time getting them exactly right. And now they look very different. Man, this looks so good now. Space pirate. Death caused by a severing of the spinal cord.
Recording to logbook.
Parasite. Interstellar vermin. They travel in swarms. Indigenous to Talon 4, a single parasite is harmless to larger life forms. However, they tend to travel in large groups, swarming over potential prey. Such swarms can be dangerous. Okay, I need to turn off gyro during lock-on. Honestly, I should probably just turn off gyro in general. Analysis shows incredibly large muscle structures surrounding the jaw area. Fluid sacs containing acid are also detected. And I do intend to make this a 100% scans, 100% items run. Because, dang it, I love this game. And that's the way you're supposed to play it.
Recording to logbook.
Map station. Walk into map station holograms to download a map of the area you're in. And yeah, I'm just going to turn off gyro entirely. If I wanted to take the time to get used to it, I would probably enjoy gyro aiming. But gyro aiming actually just feels better if you're on a handheld. Like if I was playing in handheld mode, it would be fine, but since I'm not, and the gyro is a little disconnected with my view, yeah, I think I'm just going to go non-gyro aiming. Frigate exterior hull stable and fully functional. Talon 4 ground zero area secure. Crater radiation readings normal. Parasitic infestation has been detected in the ventilation systems of decks Gamma and Beta. 2 parasite queen specimens have become volatile on deck Beta. All security personnel should report to the biotech research area. Legit, I just expected this to be take original game and give it HD textures and call it good. But they actually redid a lot of stuff here. We got redone textures, redone lighting. It wouldn't surprise me if there were redone models as well. I mean, there definitely are. The Parasite Queen that we saw earlier was a new model. Interesting. We can't start charging until after firing 3 regular shots. Like, I am just holding ZR here. And yet we fire 3 shots and then charge.
Recording to logbook.
Mechanism. Auto turret. Use missiles to break outer casing.
Recording to logbook.
Missile ammunition. Resupplies missile launcher with 3 rounds of ammo.
Recording to logbook.
Log 09.992.3. Zebus has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates Orpheon, Syriacus, and Volparagom were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have a 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy, but on restricted feeding schedules due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Code Blue. No signs of pursuit from the hunter. Sorry, my brain has it that in Metroid Prime, we use the Y button to enter Morph Ball. But that is not the case here. If only we could free the side hopper and see what they look like in this game. But no, instead, we just get that little drawing. This specimen has been horribly mutated. There are no life readings. Small energy replenishes 10 units of energy. That time between seeing a thing, knowing, hey, I gotta shoot it with a missile, and then remembering missile on R button. This is going to take some getting used to. I wonder. Oh, we can't do fast missiles anymore.
Recording to logbook.
Save station. Step into these stations to save your game and fully restore your energy. Back in my day, we could fire missiles more quickly by pressing A to close the little missile aperture after each missile. But it seems in this version, we still have the same cooldown on firing missiles, whether we do that or not. It does still close the aperture, but we can't just fire another missile immediately. Which means that this will probably be a slower version of the game for speedrunning. Not that I care about speedrunning this game. I enjoy playing Metroid games nice and methodically. The 2D ones are fun to speedrun, but yeah. Wow, they really updated the Parasite Queen model.
Recording to logbook.
Parasite Queen. Parasite female genetically enhanced by unknown means. A weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen. Origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blasts of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears the pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. Okay, it finally scrambled the barriers when it was one hit away from dead. Got her.
Evacuate immediately. Evacuate.
All right, let's evacuate immediately.
Evacuate immediately.
Still just regular parasites. Make sure we don't miss any scans on this frigate because most of them we're not going to be able to get again. Wow, there was some auto-aim there. Yeah, it seems our shots do not necessarily go towards the reticle. It's actually really impressive how much better they made this game look. Like, the game still looked fine on GameCube, owing in large part to its phenomenal art direction. But when you take that art direction and then also put modern, well, modern-ish polish on it, you get something that looks real nice. Oh no, explosions.
There is malfunction. Warp wall malfunction. Missile malfunction. Charge beam malfunction. Gravity beam malfunction.
I like how they actually added in a little computer voice for that. This is really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, hey, it turns out if you take one of my favorite games of all time and just make it prettier, I'm gonna be a happy camper. Never seen Talon 4 look so nice. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. How pretty Talon Overworld is. That's fine. Sure, why not? Okay, now to test something. Okay, so we can't use the scan dash to get early space jump, just like in Trilogy. Hunter class gunship registered to Samus Aran. You can return to your ship to recharge energy, reload weapons, and save progress in the game. Yeah, no scan dash means we can't just dash over to that ledge to get space jump first. And now, for another very... Oh, right, we can't check it yet because I don't have Morph Ball. Tangleweed. Plant life with basic sentience. Retracts into ground if threatened. Tangleweeds are only dangerous to small organisms. They are covered in tiny barbs designed to trap potential meals. Tangleweeds lack the strength to do anything more than hinder larger life forms. Talon fern, non-toxic variety of Psilotalinensis, commonly found near water sources. This lichen seems to be giving off low levels of radiation. No matches found in Flora and Fauna databank. And yet it's not setting off our radiation sensor on the left. At least our hazard sensor, which usually is used for sensing radiation. Okay. Can I... Nope. So yeah, they really do not want us getting space jump first. Seedling, plant-based ground feeder, not plant-graced bound feeder. Dorsal spines can be ejected in self-defense. And while we could go that way a little more, we're not going to, because we don't need to yet. Beetle, burrowing insect with a resilient carapace, extremely aggressive. The insect's massive mouth enables it to tunnel through solid rock at high speeds. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly. They attack anything that moves near their lair. They also do it slowly enough that you can ignore them almost all the time. Sapsack. Chemical reaction within sac produces violent explosion when agitated. Because of its irresistible odor and sweet nectar, the sapsack was nearly eaten out of existence. The evolution of an explosive chemical sac saved it. Now only brave or ingenious creatures dare to devour it. Blast cap. Volatile chemicals within this weed's toxic fungal cap may explode if agitated. The poisonous flesh of the blast cap helps keep it from being eaten. It also detonates its fungal cap when it senses even slight contact. Zoomer. Anchors itself to walls and other surfaces. Avoid contact with spikes. A basic nerve center located directly above the zoomer's mandibles detects nutrients. Sharp spines protect it from casual predators, but the lack of a reinforced carapace makes the zoomer vulnerable to any indirect attacks. Well, the loads are faster. These pillars have collapsed from erosion. Carbon dating cannot determine the age of these structures. The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our words from time to time. So they already made that knot on the tree not stand out as much.
Recording to logbook.
There is a blast shield on the door blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to beam weapons. Explosive weapons may damage it. Wow, doors, just standard doors appear to be unscannable.
Recording to logbook.
Scarab, exploding parasites that can embed their bodies in solid rock. Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of their swarm. When a hostile lifeform is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves in floors and walls. Embedded scarabs violently self-destruct when threatened. There doesn't seem to be any autoing going on here.
Recording to logbook.
Ion, immobile organisms entirely composed of ocular tissue. Capable of launching sustained energy beams when active, the ion is sensitive to light and will close shut if a bright flash ignites nearby.
Recording to logbook.
War Wasp Hive, primary war wasp dwelling, only vulnerable to heavy weaponry. War wasps build their homes over existing crevices using whatever materials are close at hand. They carry building fragments back to the construction site with their forelegs and glue them into place with adhesives secreted from their abdomens.
Recording to logbook.
Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root in this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in other, unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps, finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. Right. I was just trying to launch a missile at that, but I don't have missiles yet.
Recording to logbook.
War Wasp, airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shearing steel. The War Wasp rarely strays far from its hive unless it is pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive-bombing its enemy with stinger extended. Fast-working toxins from the stinger can incapacitate most small organisms. spawning.
Recording to logbook.
Plasmite, small insect capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Plasmites are attracted to sources of heat, thriving on the energy present there. They emit light when hunting, and will expel small bursts of thermal energy when threatened. Well, time to get us some missiles.
Recording to logbook.
Hive Mecha, security unit programmed to work with predatory hive dwellers. A design flaw makes the shielding on the Hive Mecha weak around their access ports. These units are second-generation combat drones, able to interface with organic units at a higher level. They train, shelter, and work with hive-dwelling predators. Unarmed, they rely on their hive beasts to handle any threats.
Recording to logbook.
Ram War Wasp, airborne predator, circles its prey and then strikes. The War Wasps are the only species on Talon 4 to evolve a true hive mind. Nesting in damp, dark places, Ram War Wasps emerge in small groups when threatened, and circle their enemy at high speeds, disorienting it. Striking from all sides as a single intelligence, they can fell huge organisms. Outlander, this game starts with casual and normal mode. I can't say what difficulty it has beyond there, because they're not unlocked by default. I'm going with the new dual stick control method, because, yeah. Dual sticks. Feels pretty good. Also, they made the game really, really pretty, and I love it. Wait, didn't the missile launcher used to give 10 missiles? They didn't advertise it, but it also has gyro controls. I've got them turned off because gyro controls and twin stick at the same time doesn't feel great. But as is, twin stick feels pretty good. My only real complaint, if you can even call it that, is that Morph Ball is on the Y button. And I am used to missiles on the Y button. Not that I would put Morph Ball on a different button, but... yeah. Missiles are only on the R button, whereas our beam is on ZR and A. The L button and B button both jump. Yes, Curbster, another playthrough because why not? And also, when they re-release one of my favorite games of all time and make it this pretty, I can't just not play it. Yeah, it seems that they've left the audio intact from the GameCube release, but they've completely redone the visuals, which, like, they've even redone the models. I did not expect them to go that far. I only expected them to do textures. Plated beetle, well-armored, burrowing insect. Vulnerable only in the rear abdomen. Creature's thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives it an advantage in combat, allowing it to make ramming attacks. Only surfacing when it detects vibrations above, it then maneuvers itself so as to always face its rival, keeping its exposed abdomen protected. Unfortunately, we can't do rapid missiles in this version. Our missiles, even if we close the missile aperture with the standard fire button, we still have to wait to be able to fire another missile until the cooldown has passed. Interesting. We don't have direct camera control while morphballed. Right stick does nothing in this situation, so camera is all on the left stick in morphball. That's not ideal. Like, it works. It worked on the GameCube. It still works today. But it's not what I would have liked to see. They've done a real good job on the lighting. I know this is a hot room, but... Or no, it's not. It's after this is a hot room. There's no reason for me to be in here just yet. Dang it. My brain says use the Y button to shoot missiles, but that's not the case in this game.
Recording to logbook.
Reaper Vine, powerful rock-dwelling tentacle. A single eye upon the Reaper Vine keeps a constant vigil, but its vision is limited to 10 meters. A scythe-like appendage on its tip is honed to lethal sharpness. The Reaper Vine will swing this blade wildly at anything that enters its zone of perception. Okay, so charge beam is like over here, and then there's morph ball bombs. We actually have to go down first. Whoa there. Seems they might have gone a little overboard with the fog effect here. I don't recall it ever getting quite that steamed up.
Recording to logbook.
Shriekbat, territorial ceiling dweller. Body temperature peaks at 121 degrees centigrade. Shriekbats have high internal temperature, making them easy to spot with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings while hunting for small prey. Fiercely territorial, they dive bomb anything that wanders near. Seems the blast caps don't leave their clouds behind for as long as they used to. Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent, the fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory, but the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web. The inability to start charging before firing 3 standard shots is actually kind of annoying. Like, I want to just start charging immediately if I'm holding the button.
Recorded to logbook.
Dang it. Felix, I doubt we're going to get a port of Monster Hunter 3U. Capcom is probably currently hard at work on Monster Hunter 6. They don't have much reason to port 3U. I would love to see it, but I doubt it's going to happen. Yeah, Outlander, you cannot do missile cancels. If you press the missile button, then, like, missile... This is as fast as I can missile. I suppose it is a little faster. That wasn't working earlier. Why wasn't it? But you can't do it quite as fast as you used to be able to. That much is for certain. Wow, did you see that auto-aim?
Recorded to logbook.
And I gotta go right first. Or no, I don't. don't I need to scan a locked door? Not that there won't be, like, infinite locked doors, but...
To logbook. Recording to logbook.
Stone Toad preys on creatures smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. A stone toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible, it regurgitates. Stone toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat. Wait, don't I need morph ball bombs? Right, I'm heading to morph ball bombs. They're right through here. Duh.
Recording to logbook.
Incinerator drone, programmed for high-temperature waste disposal. Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when internal power core is damaged. Unit has minimal combat programming, but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blasts compensate for its lack of battle prowess. I've scanned 25% of the logbook already. Also, I don't know if they left Power Beam uncapped or not, but this is how fast I can go.
Recording to logbook.
Barbed War Wasp, airborne insect with the ability to launch its stinger at prey. A highly aggressive member of the War Wasp family, this insect can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey. So, I've noticed that they don't seem to put health bars on the screen anymore for mini-bosses. They had one for the Parasite Queen, but they haven't for the Hive Mecha or for this thing. Look at his cute little eyes. These things look much more alive than they used to. Almost ashamed to kill them like that. We still got Spring Ball. Kind of annoying that... Oh, it's also on X? Why is it on X? Shouldn't it be on B? You know, our jump button? But hey, we got Spring Ball. It's also on flicking the gyro. I don't have space jump, so it wouldn't be easy to get up here anyway. But I'm going to have to try once I do have space jump. I'll also get Spider Ball first. Like, I'm not gonna sequence break and, like, actually use the sequence break. But dang it, I am going to try and do sequence breaks when the time comes to do things normally. Auto aim strong. Wonder if we can do this with double bomb jumps. I feel like it should be just barely possible. Apparently, double bomb jumps also have slightly stricter timing than they used to. Or is it... It's because I'm holding forward and just not being where the bomb is. That's what it is. We do get the height. But we don't get the horizontal distance needed. I'll just wait till space jump. I should probably save. I do not expect Flagra to kill me, but still. Yeah, Outlander, they did patch using the scan dash to get space jump early in Trilogy. I don't know whether or not Trilogy patched the triple bomb jump strategy, but I never managed to do that successfully. But in this version, they have also left the scan dash strategy patched. They did not reintroduce it. And I fully expect to see a power bomb shield blocking access to plasma beam as well. That said, it'll be a while before we get to the point where we can confirm whether or not it is. Honestly, I think I might be better served by turning off the ability to adjust my aim while locked on. Because it's been getting me into trouble more often than it has helped, and if I really want to be able to just manually aim at things, I can do it without locking on.
Recording to logbook.
Venomweed, poisonous plant that retracts into the ground if threatened. Venomweeds evolve to thrive in the habitats of large organisms. They lure prey with brightly colored leaves, then detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Venomweeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst. Okay, so I missed a rune. Where the heck is it? It's not this one. Must have missed one on the way up. It's probably one that's like out in the open somewhere. Like, oh, how do you even miss this thing? Got that one. So it must be a little higher up, but not too much higher up. Oh, there it is. It was directly in the path, and I just missed it. Well, Shadow Mega, if you've never fully played Metroid Prime, you are in for a treat. This game is a delight. And this is just a prettier version of the same great game. So, yeah. You're in for a really good time. I hope you and your dad enjoy it. One of Flagra's tentacles fills this narrow drainage channel. Analysis indicates that Flagra's central nervous system is located at the base of this structure. Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. Again, Brain says Y button is missiles, but it is not. Rude. I kind of wish instead of having it shrink down into the flower, they had a new animation of it, like, retracting into the flower. I feel like that would be more fitting. But, oh well. Because, yeah, retracting into the, shrinking into the flower works when you don't have quite the level of graphical fidelity. But in a game that looks like this, you really want to have it retract instead of shrink, because making something giant like that just shrink down ends up just looking silly. I mean, look at that. He's a tiny little guy. Right, Outlander? This game looks amazing for a Switch game. And it's running flawlessly so far. I mean, like, I suppose that's what you get when you've got a game with art design as renowned as Metroid Prime. Like, the original designs were already good. They still held up to this day. So take those and just slap some modern polish on it, and you end up with an amazing looking game. Got me excited for Metroid Prime 4, that's for sure. But that said, it's looking more and more like Metroid Prime 4 might not end up being a Switch exclusive. Because there's almost certainly going to be a new Nintendo console at some point next year. And if they don't, like, show off Metroid Prime 4 in the very next Nintendo Direct, then it's not gonna happen this year, pretty much. Water is free of poison.
Recording to logbook. Recording to logbook.
Pulse Bombu, life form of raw energy, periodically releases explosive segments. Pulse Bombus are energy beings, invulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them, however. They lack any intelligence beyond an instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources. Pulse Bombus produce energy constantly. All excess energy is shed, regardless of who or what may be nearby. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Outlander, they probably did put this out as early as they did, and like as shadow droppy as they did, to tide us over. And I'm willing to bet, like later this year, we'll probably see like Prime 2 remastered, and then we'll maybe even see Prime 3 remastered dropping in the whatever Nintendo Direct they announced the release date for Prime 4. It wouldn't surprise me if we got the full trilogy remastered before Prime 4 actually dropped at like the end of next year or something. Oculus, wall crawler that generates electric pulses. The Oculus exposes its single eye when active. The electrical field that covers it is enough to deter most predators. If the Oculus detects anything capable of presenting a real threat, it retracts into its impermeable shell. Yeah, this game does load faster than previous releases. Even the elevators load faster, which is very welcome.
Recording to logbook.
The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison seep ever further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Peaceful beasts die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow as twisted and evil as the force that fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. Wasn't anything in the Morph Ball tunnel here, was there? Why do I keep on trying to press right to go into Morph Ball? Like, I keep pressing right on the D-pad thinking, oh yeah, that's how I get into Morph Ball mode. No, that's how I get into Scan Visor. Yeah, there's nothing in this tunnel. Yeah, Prime 1 did a great job setting up its story and revealing it to you bit by bit. It It is quite possibly unmatched in the Metroid series in that regard. Prime 2 also did a real good job. Prime 3, not so much.
Recorded to logbook.
The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its water dries up, and there is nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy. But we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry. Oh yeah, Ravenbeak does have plenty of will. And now for the ride to Magmore. So much faster loading new areas than it was in previous versions of the game.
Recorded to logbook.
Grisby, subvolcanic carrion feeder. Carapace can be breached by missiles. The Grisby's carapace has been fused together by superheated air. This barrier stands up to everything but concussive blasts. Its intelligence is limited to instinctive scavenging patterns. Wow, we got, like, actual heat waves and stuff going on. This is pretty neat. Magmore looks real good.
Recorded to logbook.
Burrower, tunneling insect predator. Similar to the beetle, though it spends more time underground. It seeks seismic disturbances, then surfaces to attack. It has enough cunning to realize when something is too large for it to handle. Beyond that, it is fairly ignorant. What it lacks in brains, it makes up for with aggression. Magmor, fire-breathing serpent that dwells in lava. Magmors prefer extreme heat zones and are there's no B in susceptible, and are susceptible to frigid attack forms. Sightless, they navigate the lava currents using their sonar receptors. Magmors have a keen sense of smell, enabling them to pinpoint targets with startling accuracy. Interesting how this thing with five things that appear to be eyes is sightless.
Recording to logbook.
Puffer, unstable gas-filled organism, will rupture on contact. Puffers fill their bodies with lethal metaviprium gas and float about in search of food. If ruptured, the gas within the puffer is violently released. Despite their fragile bodies, puffers are aggressive hunters. The gas cloud they release upon death is often fatal to the creature that brings them down as well. Well, those gas clouds last as long as they used to.
Recording to logbook.
Triclops, hard-shelled creature with powerful jaws. The Triclops is a hunter-gatherer. It collects small creatures and bits of foodstuff, then deposits them elsewhere for later consumption. The hard tripart-type mandibles it uses to move earth and rock are quite strong and difficult to escape once ensnared. Dang it. Let me go. Little jerk. I don't even need to deal with him. Alright, we can still shoot invisible platforms. I don't have space jump to get to it, but I can still shoot it. Shame I can't reach that yet. Dang it, it is not Y to shoot missiles. That'll deal with it. Rude. I know I should have just gone up because this is backtracking to the Talon overworld and we're going to have to come here later, so I'll just actually turn back now. Will I have gone far enough away for the turrets to respawn is the question. And the answer is yes. The addition of Spring Ball to this game really makes this double jump puzzle have no teeth whatsoever. Because if you fail, well, you just land right back on the platform that you jumped from. Back in the original release, when you had to do a double bomb jump, there was a punishment for failure. But ever since they added Spring Ball in Trilogy, yeah, you just don't have to leave a bomb on the breakable block. Interesting how the charge beam ice here is much less clear than it used to be. Not to mention a completely different model.
Recording to logbook.
Flickerbat, scavenger with optical camouflaging that renders it invisible to the naked eye. Flickerbats are deceptive creatures. The only way to track them reliably is with X-ray imaging. They fly ceaselessly, hunting insects and other small prey that float on the air currents. flickerbats tend to fly in cyclical hunting patterns, using primitive sonar to navigate.
Recorded to logbook.
Look at those eyes. Crystallite. Territorial cold weather scavenger. The shell of a crystallite reflects beam weapons and can only be cracked by a concussive blast. They hang upside down in an ice cave during their larval stage. Moisture runs off its body and forms the hard ice shell, which the crystallite retains for the rest of its life. Oh, wait. So, we're doing better than we did in Trilogy with water physics. Incidentally, the water seems to react less to things in this version than it did in the original release. But that's apparently down, at least partially, to an entirely different method of handling water physics. This seems to be done possibly entirely through normal mapping. Because looking at where the water meets the land, it doesn't seem to actually be changing elevation at all. It seems that the water just has a flat plane for a surface. And they're using normal maps to give the appearance of ripples and wakes without actually deforming the surface of the water. Which is certainly a way to do it. It's not a bad way to handle it. But Prime 1 on GameCube actually used models. Like, they had to model out the differences in the water's surface. And thus, Prime 1 on GameCube still makes the greatest changes to the surface of water out of any of the Metroid Prime games. Yeah, if you go back and play Prime 1 specifically on the GameCube, you will see that they actually do a little bit of model work to have a ripple around Samus. Meanwhile, Prime 1 on Trilogy, on the Wii, doesn't even do texture work. It's just, they have the little splash effect follow you. And the water itself doesn't deform at all, like, in any capacity. Scatter Bamboo. Pulsing tendrils of energy extend from creature's body. Like all bamboos, these creatures can only be harmed by electrical energy. Proximity to these life forms may result in electrical visor interference. It is possible to avoid engaging Scatter Bamboos by rolling into the morph ball and slipping between the rotating energy streams. So, fun fact, the garbled static that we see here, I don't know if it's true for this version of the game, but in the original version of the game, what we are seeing is actually the code for Metroid Prime being rendered on screen. That's how they got the apparently random static visual. They actually rendered the ones and zeros of the game as it was running.
Recorded to logbook.
Baby Sheegoth. Glacial Predator. Ice shell protects vulnerable dorsal area. Young she-goths grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serves to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. With this being their only weak point, baby she-goths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. Powerful hunters, they fire bursts of ultra-cold gas at potential prey, then feast on their frozen victim. Spider-ball track. Dang it.
Recorded to logbook.
Ice burrower. Burrower adapted to sub-freezing climates. A hardy life form, the ice burrower has adapted to the frigid climb of Phendrana. It spends most of its time tunneling through the frozen soil, but will occasionally surface to attack passers-by.
Recorded to logbook.
As the great poison reaches ever further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts, and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life? Has there always been a baby she-goth here? I don't remember this being here. And that's why it's not B to jump, it's B to boost. Or fish. What fish? I don't see a fish. Oh, I see a fish. Oh, that is one toothy fish. Ooh, we glow blue when charging a boost now. That's prettier than the yellow it used to be. These boxes are indestructible.
Recorded to logbook.
So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception. But for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will forever remain. We believe that on some far-off day a Savior will come and continue what we have begun. For that Savior we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the entrusted one, the only being who can reverse the evil that grows here. Really? Okay, good. It's not too high up to jump. This might be. Yep, it seems we have to boost back up. Unless... Nope, not high enough. Should have gotten the scan earlier. Wasted my time. Say hi to Ridley. Well, he sure vanished abruptly. Shame we don't have extreme heat yet. Nope, what we gotta do right now is the most major backtrack in the game. Gotta go from Fendrana to go get the space jump and then bring the space jump right back to Fendrana. door that's visible. I also want to actually not just slowly sink into the lava. I was slowly sinking into the lava, unable to move. Unable to jump, unable to do anything. I just had to watch myself slowly sink in while taking damage until I was fully off that little slope I was sliding down. Also, the fans in the rooms here, I don't think are meant to cool down the lava. I think it's meant to make the room itself at least somewhat habitable. This is a path that we can't take without Spider Ball. Dang it.
Recorded to logbook.
Blood flower, able to eject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself. 3 mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster and the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity.
Recorded to logbook.
Gemer, wall-crawling mollusk with retractable spikes. The Gemer is an evolutionary offshoot of the Zoomer family. When threatened, it extends its lethal spikes and retracts its head deep into its armored carapace. this supposed to get us to space jump? Oh, right. Duh. Now imagine if space jump in this game was the same as space jump in other Metroid games and we could jump infinitely. That would make this a very different game. And I know it's still too early to go to the impact crater, but we can head over there right now, and in terms of when the devs expect us to go here, now's the time.
Recorded to logbook.
Log 10.308.0. Field team reports are in on an aged structure of alien design built on the surface of Talon 4. Studies show this structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics, and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder future energy production operations on Talon 4, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done. But if it doesn't mean the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it won't be done. Gotta read between the lines here, folks. Space pirates don't just destroy Chozo artifacts because they want to.
Recorded to logbook.
Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we Chozo see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison, and purifying that which has grown toxic. It is strange, though. At times it looks to our eyes as if the light coalesces into the figure of a woman. Burning brightly, the luminescence descends from space, then retreats back into the infinite blackness from whence it came. When this prophecy comes to pass, when the light recedes, the Chozo's long vigilance of containment will finally come to an end.
Recorded to logbook.
The containment of the great poison. This task has fallen to the Chozo, and we will not flee from our duty, even as we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12, the artifacts which form the lock that holds this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it. To preserve the power of the seal and to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs, we will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when this disaster can finally be put right. So the pirates have found and started studying some artifacts. So this one's just here, huh? They couldn't figure out the missile door? Is that it? This is the artifact of truth, the first of 12. Scan the totems here for clues on the locations of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the center of the impact crater. And unlike in Metroid Prime Pinball, which is a totally canon retelling of this story, there aren't a bunch of artifacts on the frigate Orpheon.
Recording to logbook.
Within the ruins of our home, we honor our fallen elders in a great hall. A chamber beneath the statue holds the artifact of world.
Recording to logbook.
A sun chamber high atop our ruined home became the nest of a great beast and a source of corruption. Many Chozo spirits have been drawn to this tainted place. Release their bond to the world to claim the artifact of wild.
Recording to logbook.
The heat of Magmor was a test for many warriors. A shrine in their honor holds the artifact of strength.
Recording to logbook.
In one of Talon's far corners, a grove of life lies. Reveal the pillar beneath the waves to find the artifact of Chozo. The artifact of truth has been returned.
Recording to logbook.
Invaders have claimed Phendrana as their own. A tower sits atop their fortress. Collapse it to reveal the chamber where the artifact of Elder is held.
Recording to logbook.
There is a tower within the ruins where light always shines. Move through the waters there to find the artifact of Life-Giver.
Recording to logbook.
A tall cave stands at Phendrana's edge. Seek the unseen entrance at its top to find the artifact of Spirit. So one of these has implied that the space pirates arrived on Talon 4 while Chozo were still present. And that is interesting. Because there ain't any Chozo here now, that's for sure. The pirates never mention encountering them. Me up. This takes us to the frigate. We don't want to go there. While I could go back to the Chozo ruins to get a bunch of items right now, those items will still be there later. And later, we will have more items with which to get more items. the monitor station. Rude. Nothing wrong with a little lava dip to save some time.
Recording to logbook.
It's amazing how much this game opens up just by getting a double jump. Outlander, I attempted the skip for funsies right at the start of the game. If I could have done the scan dash, I would have. I just would have not picked up the actual space jump. But the scan dash did not work. Alright, and then back to Phendrana. Yeah, I never learned the manipulation of the boost method. The only method I learned for early space jump and actually managed to perform myself was the scan dash, and they killed that with Trilogy, so yeah. Must scan an ice parasite. They are missable. Ice parasite. Scavenger with a crystalline outer shell. Parasites are hardy creatures able to adapt to any environment within 3 generations. The ice parasite is a prime example. Having adjusted to a frigid climate, this vermin now thrives in it. Omnivorous, it can exist in areas hostile to most life forms. Interesting how a creature called a parasite never has a host mentioned in any of its scan logs.
Recording to logbook.
Let me in. Gee, I wonder what that rumble was. Surely there is nothing left. Oh, wait. You mean there's an adult version of the thing that we were explicitly told was a baby? Sheegoth, supreme predator of the Phendrana Drifts. Sheegoths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals on their back absorb energy, which they can fire at prey. Sheegoths have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly of a Sheegoth is susceptible to concussive blasts. In battle, they expel blasts of frigid gas to ensnare their targets. They are also fond of ramming and trampling their hapless prey. It takes longer than I would like for more ball bombs to come back. Outlander, while you're imagining Chozo going into morph balls during their daily routine, imagine all the little morph ball tunnels that Ravenbeak would have had to roll through to get to where he was. So now we have a second beam, and the way we swap beams is holding the X button and then using the D-pad. Takes a little more time than the old method of flick C-stick. But if that's the price we have to pay to get actual dual analog stick controls, I'm game. And now ice parasites are gone from the world forever. It is a very missable scam. That's going to be cordite, yeah. While I could activate a power conduit, I cannot harm cordite. And there is nothing for us to use the wave beam on in this section of Phendrana. At least, or wait, no, there was a wave beam door up here, wasn't there? Yeah, there is. And we couldn't get to it before because we lacked space jump, but now we have space jump and wave beam, so haha.
Recording to logbook.
Oh good, got Ice Shriek Bat in time. Ice-encased ceiling dweller. Like standard shriek bats, these creatures are easily spotted with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings, subsisting on insects, reptiles, and small mammals. Fiercely territorial, they will dive bomb anything that wanders near and explode, killing themselves. Really doesn't seem like a winning survival strategy, but whatever floats your boat, I guess. Wave beam looks neat now. Wrong button. There, got rid of those. They've caused problems for me before. Let's find out if the logbook has a model viewer. I have not thought to check. Looks like it's still just the drawings. Whoops. It's a shame. I would have liked to see a model viewer for the models in this game, especially with how they've been updated. But maybe they'll be in the extras menu later on. Because I haven't checked the extras menu. They're just not in the logbook. Shadow Pirate. Pirate forces trained and equipped for stealth operations. A select group of space pirates have access to sophisticated cloaking technology. This gear drains high levels of power, however, forcing them to rely solely on melee weapons in battle. Use enhanced detection gear when fighting these units.
Defeat enemies to unlock doors.
Wow, so that's some of the narration they added? Defeat enemies to unlock doors? Kinda already got that, thanks. Space Pirate. Sentient aggressor species, well-trained in weapon and melee combat. Space pirates wield galvanic accelerator cannons and forearm-mounted scythes in combat. This species seeks to become the dominant force in the galaxy, and their technology may help them realize this goal. Ruthless and amoral, the pirates care little for the cost of their ambition. Only the results matter, and they take these very seriously. Well, since no one else is down here, it's time to start stealing their data.
Recorded to logbook.
Log 10.344.8. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen, of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalized.
Recorded to logbook.
10.587.7. Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended, as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated.
Recorded to logbook.
10.712.1. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves, or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plug them whenever we can, or wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. That's a drawing of a Metroid, but apparently this is about ice beetle infestation. And that's a hunter Metroid. But it's about personnel movement and access.
Recorded to logbook.
10.515.8. Our initial tests exposing Talon 4's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen, and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that, given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable that they have to be euthanized. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success. Doing okay up there, bud? Making sure I'm not missing any red space pirate data. 10.299.2. Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet, identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a landmass at heading mark 40.08.02, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters.
Recording to logbook.
10.401.7. Phazon mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational, and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Fendrana Drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base and starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. There be our super missiles. Planet Billium, mass 3.8 trillion teratons. Profile, quarantine. Atmosphere is rife with Meteoralis, a sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. Well, that doesn't sound fun. Planet Ormine 2. Mass 2.3 trillion teratons. Profile, an uninhabitable wasteland savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals.
Recording to logbook.
Planet Zebus. Mass 4.8 trillion teratons. Profile, planet's crust is primarily earthic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A Class 19 planet, Zebus is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces. Also, Chozo lived there before too, I guess. Planet Twin Tabula. Mass 4.1 trillion teratons. Profile, planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain native to Twin Tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death.
Recording to logbook.
Planet Talon 4, mass 5.1 trillion teratons. Profile, ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. What remains of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to phazon radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren Class 8 wasteland in approximately 25 years. That wasn't 8, that was 13, wasn't it? Yeah, that was 13. It's interesting that Talon 4 and Zebus are apparently within the same solar system. So I guess the Chozo inhabited 2 worlds in this system. And what makes Talon 4 a Wanderer class planet? Is it that it's got a large, highly eccentric orbit? Must be. One of these days, I'll stop pressing Y when I want to fire a missile. One of these days. Dang it.
Recruited to logbook.
Flying Pirate. Pirates trained and equipped for airborne assault. Flying pirates are extremely agile in the air, but the heat signatures of their jetpacks can be tracked with thermal imaging. While their missiles are extremely potent, their jetpacks can be even more so. If the pack fails, they will make a suicide strike. I really hate the inability to start charging without first firing a couple shots. Curse this ice preventing me from getting an artifact early. Really slows down the game to not be able to just charge on a whim. Talon Metroid, energy-based parasitic predator. The effects of Phazon have turned these Metroids, a species of alpha predator native to SR388, into a unique subspecies found only on Talon 4. A Talon Metroid will latch onto its prey and drain energy, growing larger as it does. The only way to shake an attached Talon Metroid is to enter Morph Ball mode and lay a bomb. Log 10.444.4. Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures stay stable thereafter remains to be seen. Sure is good that, unlike the SR388 Metroids, actually, no, SR388 could be destroyed by missiles alone. It's a good thing that, unlike the Zebes Metroids, these ones do not need to be frozen before being killed. Because otherwise, we would have been hosed right here, right now. Log 10.891.0. The reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on Zebes, Command ordered a number of metagenic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicate a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and offensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Meta Ridley, will become the mainstay of our security force, a job he will certainly relish. It hurt me. Log 10.957.2. Confidence is high regarding Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with Space Pirate DNA. The codename for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon infusion could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high in current test subjects. Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. "25% of all items."
Recording to logbook.
Log 11.420.7. Metroid Dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research teams have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadripartite nucleus, but the manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance.
Recording to logbook.
Log 11.550.6. Studies of Metroid biology continue, though with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our means, rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they'd consumed, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal.
Recording to logbook.
Ice beetle, burrowing insect with an ice-reinforced carapace, averse to heat. This member of the beetle family has adapted to life in the sub-zero temperatures in the Phendrana drifts, growing a thick ice shell over its entire body. The ice is extremely resilient, providing the ice beetle with extra protection and augmented digging abilities. Sure is handy that Samus's Chozotech suit can use space pirate software. Because that's what this thermal imaging visor is. It's space pirate software. Wow, things get blurry in the thermal visor. Like, moving objects have some real blur to them. Which, on the one hand, neat, but on the other hand, I kind of want to have a clear view of stuff, personally. Let's see how fast we can take out a Metroid with just missiles. Actually, that does it.
Recorded to logbook.
Sentry drone, well-armed and armored security mecha. Sentry drones have limited intelligence but do their assigned tasks well. Being machines, they are susceptible to electrical attacks. When alerted, drones initiate a security lockdown and then attempt to neutralize the intruder. Their electronic warfare suite can scramble visor technology as well.
Doors unlocked.
It's also mildly upsetting that we don't get a map when we have the thermal visor on. Aha, I don't have to stick around here. Don't mind me, fellas. I'm just heading through. Passing through. Whatever it is you do through. So it seems we just straight up can't do missile cancels with wave beam equipped. Like, not to any extent. Whereas with the power beam, it was still kind of possible, but much tighter timing than before. With the wave beam, it seems to just not work. Wasting missiles, but still. It's fun watching them go flying when I super missile. part of fixing that is going to be not using missiles in this room. See it here. That's nice. I like being able to see. Well, I guess it's Thardus time. I would like to have more missiles for this, honestly. But alas. Right, I should probably scan Thardus, huh? That would make sense and be good to do. Thardus, an animated sentient creature of stone charged with phazon radiation. The phazon radiation given off by Thardus negates auto-targeting system, preventing lock-on. It may be possible to acquire alternate targets with a different visor. The chaotic nature of phazon irradiation leads to instability in its structural integrity. Thardus can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. More missiles. Already revealed its weak point this time, between bombs and boosting. Now it should be like summoning the snowstorm that makes it a whiteout in here, right? Kind of hoping this would look more impressive in this version of the game, but nope. face blocked it. My greed to fire off these super missiles early. Whoa. Oh, did we reveal that early? I don't know. My greed to keep on getting things keeps getting me hit by his roll. Not like I don't have the health to deal with it, but... have the missiles to reveal it early, though. Well, I at least revealed it early with my bombs. Really, guy? No, enough rolling. I have expected them to roll. Yeah, like that. There. Too much rolling in that last phase because I didn't save the missiles needed to super missile him. Oh, he did not give me a lot of missiles back.
Recorded to logbook.
Magnetic rail system track. In Morph Ball mode, press and hold ZL when close to this type of surface. Use the left stick to blah blah blah. And I lack the ice beam, so I can't go up there. Ice Beam to go through there. I wish things weren't so blurry in the thermal visor. Hooray, energy tanks. Who doesn't love energy tanks?
Recording to logbook.
Puddle Spore, sentient floating lava mollusk protected by an impenetrable shell. A puddle spore opens when approached, attempting to intimidate with its size. When opened, direct fire to its mantle causes it to flip into a defensive position. If it can slam shut, it ejects a spread of harmful energy globules. And as with Trilogy, they removed the Rock Spire here, which will prevent us from doing early Plasma Beam. Yep. No getting this without having grapple, I guess. Yeah, there had been, in the original release, a little stalagmite right here. And you could jump onto it, then jump from that to there, and then through an L-lock spring jump, which you locked your view down like this, but then when you released, it would automatically make your view go up to default. And if you did that during a jump, it would get you some extra height. So you could jump from that little lip right there on this machine. You could jump from there to there. And then from there, it was a matter of just doing the normal boost balling the platforms up, getting up to the top, getting the ceiling raised, and then through a series of clever jumps, you could get to the Plasma Beam without even having Spider Ball. You could do it as soon as you had Ice Beam, which you could get as soon as you had Space Jump. But alas, they fixed it in Trilogy, and they kept it fixed here. Sucks to be that Magmore. This isn't the one with the artifact, is it? It is not. Neither is this. Dang, I should have gone through the blue door. Oh well, we'll be back. After all, we need to get to the Chozo ruins. Which I guess we'll be getting to via Talon Overworld. Should I stop at my ship for the ammo refill? Nah. We're mostly full anyway. Have grapple, so opening that up would be ill-advised. And I believe we need gravity to fully pillage the sun chamber. That's sun chamber. It's the tower of something or other. Yeah, we need gravity suit to fully pillage that, so I'm gonna go ahead and wait, even though we can get there with just wave beam. And this is open to us now that we've got Spider Ball. Actually, a variety of things are. And the furnace is where we need to get to in order to get our ice beam. But we can also do the sun chamber since we can spider ball up the sun tower. So I suppose let's head to the ruined nursery. And yes, you're supposed to use boost ball to get that missile expansion, but it's faster to just space jump up. And now we have no reason to have even attempted to think about filling our missiles at the ship, because scarabs are very generous. Oh wait, there's stuff we can do in here now. By stuff, I mean get that one single missile expansion. I need to... Here I was thinking that dropping a bomb on the way down would be good enough, but no, apparently it's only weak from one side. Been a while since I last saved. Couldn't hurt to drop one now. This room used to get a lot darker when all the plasmites were dead. Still quite, well, quite easy to see in here now. that didn't work. That takes all the threat out of failing. Spring Ball, once again, makes the game easier. Hey, fellas. Aberration, Chozo Ghost, Spectral Entity, Bioelectric Field invulnerable to natural energies. As these entities phase in and out of existence, the only way to track them accurately is with X-ray scanning. This partially phased nature makes them invulnerable to natural energy types, such as fire, ice, and electricity. Their aggressive and erratic behavior is most likely due to the corrupting effects of Phazon in the Talon 4 environment. They appear to be drawn to Chozo religious sites, where they wreak havoc upon anything that dares enter the area. One down. Two down. Three down. This is the Artifact of Wild, the fourth of 12. We'll put that block back. Okay, so this takes Grapple Beam, which I do not have. So I guess we're heading the way we're supposed to go. now that we've taken a large circuitous route to get here. Though if I drop down and go to the Ruined Fountain, there is a missile expansion there for me. But we'll have to go to the Ruined Fountain to get to here anyway later. So that can wait. If it was something more interesting than a missile expansion, I might have gone for it right now, but a missile expansion is not that interesting. Auto-aim is very aggressive. The aim assist. Okay, unfortunately, it's looking like I am going to have to stop playing at the next save point I find. For one very specific reason that I wish was not the case because, oh boy, it's gonna suck. In my life, I have had one migraine headache that I'm aware of. Which means that, you know, it's something that I can in fact have. And when I was getting said migraine headache, before the onset of the headache itself, I stopped being, like, my brain stopped registering a field in my vision. I recall watching TV, a news show, and all of a sudden, well, not suddenly, but at some point I realized that I could not see the left side of the news anchor's face. Like, it was a shot straight on, straight at said news anchor, but I could not see the left side of their face, even though I was looking straight at it. And right now, I've got something similar going on. I cannot see my health number right now, and yeah, there's just like a splotch between if I turn my head, I can see the 99 kind of. But between the 99 and like a little bit left of my reticle. So if my reticle was right here in the center of this door, right to the leftmost point of that door, just cannot see it right now, which, oh boy, I'm going to have a migraine headache later tonight. That's going to be fun. And because of that, I'm going to go ahead and call this a stream, because when I cannot see part of the screen, makes it harder to play the game, and knowing what's coming makes it less pleasant. And if I can mitigate it now, I probably should. So thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all of that. I will hopefully be back tomorrow with some more Metroid Prime Remastered. See ya then, friends.